All right, guys, welcome to the Florida Treasure Coast Market Update. Today, we're going to talk about affordable condos.
You better get fired up.
All right, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, number one, thank you for watching. Number two, if you've got any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to put them in the comment section and I will respond before the end of the video, right? So I'm going to share a screen here and I want to do a little bit of searching with you. We've got a lot of people who are looking for some affordable ways to get from wherever they're at into what I call heaven or you call South Florida. And so we've been looking at some different options. One of the bigger options we find, you should be able to see my screen right now, is condos. You can find condos fairly affordably. The challenge with condos is you've got a little bit bigger monthly fee on the HOA cost, right? So if you've got a decent monthly income, but maybe you're 60, 70 years old, you've got that hunk of cash, but a lot of times people with $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, it's not enough to comfortably retire and pay for an expensive house. So they're looking for a cheap house or a condo in this case, where maybe the income they've got off Social Security or whatever can cover the insurance, the taxes, and the HOA fee, right? So this is what usually comes up for folks like that. So we're going to do a little search. I'm going to put in Port St. Lucie, and we're going to come down to type, and I'm going to go to condos. And you can see right here, we got 43 options. If you look at my screen over here, all of these green dots are where they're at. So you can see up here, we've got some on the, I'll say the north side of Port St. Lucie. And then pretty much everything else is on the east side over here by one, okay? Let's put these in a list. And I want you to see price point wise where we're going to go descending, where these fall price wise. So we've got some that are $390, $390, $340, $325, $319. Usually folks looking in this price range are kind of in the, maybe $225, $250 or lower. So out of these 43, let's see where 250 starts. Yeah, right here. So we're going to get rid of these top 14. Not that those 14 won't attract somebody, but the folks that I'm specifically talking about right now are usually not going to be interested in those properties because, again, they've got 4, 5, 6, 700 grand to their names, and they're trying to let that live, or I should say, maintain their finances throughout the rest of their life, right? So we've got things starting on the high end at 250, and if we come down the list here, you can see it goes all the way down to 139. We got a 139, a couple 150s, 157, 158, 165, 170, 170, 179, 185, 192. And you can see for the most part, all of these higher priced ones are 2 bedrooms. You've got a couple 1 bedrooms, but they don't even start until you get down to 200 grand. So if you're over 200 grand, you can absolutely get a 2 bed. A lot of these 1 beds, don't just think they're worse off properties. Sometimes if you get a 1 bed instead of a 2 bed for the same price, it means you're getting a bigger kitchen, or you're getting a bigger living room, or you're getting more updates, or you're getting, maybe the view over the water or the golf course or whatever it is. So don't necessarily say 2 beds are better than 1 beds. If you need 2, you need 2. But if you're willing to accept 1, you might get something in addition to it, right? Upgrades, views, whatever, to make up for that last bedroom. So now what I'm going to do is I want to go back to map. After we cut out those top 14, what are we looking at? Okay, so you can see on this map, I basically cut out almost everything. Well, I did cut out everything west of 95 and a lot of those properties that were in northern Port St. Lucie, right? And this major east to west street here, this is St. Lucie Boulevard. So you've got a couple, I can see there's at least 2 just south of there. Otherwise, the rest of them are all on the east side, again, over by 1. So what I'm going to come in and do, how many do we have? Yeah, we got 29. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is let's take a look at these couple that are right in the northern portion of Port St. Lucie. We got 5 of them. Oh, there's one up there I didn't see. Okay, so let's come in and just take a look at the photos. We're at, why is it adding that one? Okay, we're not going to look at that one. We're going to look at the photos of these 4. They're at 230, 225, 2, and 192. Let's come into photos. This is what you can get for 230, okay? You've got granite countertops. Dated cabinets, but they look like they're in good condition. Dated tile flooring, but you got tile flooring and it looks like it's in good condition. You got a stainless steel appliance package. Yeah, again, like this is something that I think a lot of these folks are very happy to get into. You can see they got a tile walled tub with a shower. You've got granite countertops here. It doesn't look like something that was probably redone in the last couple years, but it's probably not original either. And a lot of these folks, honestly, are 60, 70, 80 years old. They'll tell me, like I'm telling you, man, 80, 90% of the time, Joe, we don't care if it's outdated. We just want something that really is in good condition. And that's it. And we want affordable. So this would honestly be perfect. I'll tell you, if you are a seller of one of these, you're going to do better in most cases, unless you're on the ocean or something, you got the views involved. You're going to do better price wise if you've got a first level unit, because a lot of these folks, again, they're older, they're in that retirement age. They're thinking, do I have to lug up all these groceries up these stairs every day? So if you get a first level, you're sitting pretty, right? Let's look at this next one. Let's get inside. Okay. So again, you've got flooring. It's tile. It's a little bit dated, but again, it looks like it's in fine condition. I don't see any negatives. You've got white appliances. It looks like they match, but it also looks like they're, I wouldn't say older, but certainly not newer, right? The cabinets do not look updated. They look older. Yeah, I mean, this one isn't quite as nice as the last one. The last one had updated bathrooms and stuff like that. And the rest we're going to look at as a clubhouse. And for only a $5,000 difference, that last one's probably got a better chance of selling, in all honesty. So here we go. Here's another one. Let's go back to that kitchen. Okay, so here, kind of like the last one, right? Cabinets are a little bit dated. You've got white appliances, but I don't see any issues with them. It looks well maintained. You've got Formica countertops, and you've got the dated but nice tile flooring. It looks like you're on the first level. You've got water views. You've got a private little gate there to keep your patio private. Is the rest going to be? Yeah, the rest is all community. And then the last one that we've got, so that one was 200. This last one is 192.5. All right, let's get in here. Okay, so they showed the stairs. I'm guessing this is an upstairs unit. Here you've got carpet, so that explains why it's the cheapest on the end, right? And it's hard to see, but right here where the carpet meets the tile in front of this closet on the left, I don't know if you can see my cursor or not. It looks like there's some sort of differentiation in color. Maybe it's pulled up, maybe it's stained, damaged, something like that. It's hard to tell, but you do have what looks like a cheaper commercial grade carpet. Again, dated cabinets, white appliances. Other than the carpet over there, I don't see any, damage that concerns me or anything like that. It's hard to tell the bottom portion of this stove. Again, I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but there might be a little rusting or something down there. Yeah, otherwise, this looks like it's in really good condition. It's hard to say about that carpet if it's stained or not. I saw that one area. I see a couple of their potential spots, but again, it's really hard with these photos. So this is a second story unit, which again isn't going to get quite as much. I can see some gaps where this desk meets the wall in the caulking. If you start to see too much of that, I mean, is that a big issue? No. But if you start to see it everywhere, you start to wonder how the maintenance is, right? I can see on the top of these cabinet doors, there's missing paint, and you can see the exposed wood. So again, those little touch-ups will get you a lot more when you go to sell. But as a buyer, you like to see that because that's a really easy fix. It's a cheap fix. It's a fix anybody can do. And if you do it, it's going to save you money because that person's not going to be able to attract as many buyers, right? So let's zoom back out here. Now what I want to focus on are the rest of these properties that are on the east side. And I'm only going to look at a handful here. Let's go towards the higher end and see what 250 gets us. We'll look at 3 of these properties. So these are going to be 250, 250, and 232, just to show you what some of the differences are. So here's the property. You can see you're not far at all from the water. And just to show you where you're at on the map, you're right over here where this blue star is. So you're right on the St. Lucie River, right? A beautiful part of the St. Lucie River. Getting back there into photos, you can see you could literally walk there in 2 minutes. Here's the unit. You've got waterfront. Little marina down there. Again, you've got tile and it is dated, but it is diagonally laid. It does look like it's in good condition. You've got these huge bay windows overlooking the water, which is phenomenal. This looks absolutely beautiful. Looks better than the rest of the stuff we saw. You can see why a place like this would get 250 instead of, we were looking from 192 to 225 on the rest of them. Really well maintained, very well staged in this price point. This looks great. This is going to be very attractive to a lot of people. Even going back into the bathrooms here, you can see this vanity is a little newer than some of the other vanities we're looking at. No, it does not have granite, but it is newer, which is nice. You've got carpet in some of the bedrooms, but the carpet is well maintained, or at least it looks like it. You got a pool, tennis courts, all kinds of stuff, right? So let's get into this other one. This one's got, again, dated tile. So none of these are really overly upgraded. Once you get into those like 350 to 400, you're going to start to see updated, right? But if you're looking for the affordable and you're in this price range, we're at the higher end of what I would say that price range is at 250. Most of it's going to be dated. So then the question becomes, hey, if you're 60, 70 years old, is this in good enough condition where you're not going to have to spend your time, your money, everything else really working on it? Now, this kitchen looks a lot more updated than some of the kitchens we were looking at. I like the hardware on it. It's well maintained. It's wonderfully staged. You can see in this bedroom, I don't know if this is the master or not. I'm guessing it is. You've got a really nice tile floor, and it might even be marble. It's hard to tell, but it's beautiful, right? A lot different than some of the others. Yeah, I think that's the master. This vanity is more updated, upgraded. It's hard to tell if this is a quartz or not, but it looks like it. It's a beautiful vanity that was probably put in the last 2 to 3 years, if not sooner than that. Here you've got another new vanity with a very unique sink that's going to attract a lot of buyers. And look at this beautiful private back patio. So these are the extra little things that you're going to get when you bump up to that 250 range. All right, so there you go on that one. We'll look at one more, and then there's one last thing I want to look at. So this is showing a map of what I assume is so you're right here, right? You're not on this bigger portion of the St. Lucie River, which is down south. You're up here a little further north, but you are right. I don't want to say on the water because we can't see where we're at yet, but we're near the water. You can see you've got a pool, you've got some boat slips. So a lot of different things that you could potentially do you can see right here, the anchorage on the St. Lucie. Okay, that's an interesting photo. All right, so here we go. Again, just like the rest of them, you've got tile. It's a little dated, but it is tile. This one's got a little bit different architecture to it. So if the others were boring you, this is certainly going to be a little bit different. Here we've got what I assume is granite, pretty granite, updated cabinets. Oh, man, it's dark. I wish they had a little bit better, brighter photos. Man, that's all we're going to see is that kitchen over and over and over again, huh? All right, come on now. Okay, so they got stainless steel appliances. There we go, the typical AC in a condo that's in the closet. Here you've got your private outdoor patio. Looks like it's a little bit smaller, right? You got room for two, and your views aren't quite as nice. You're overlooking a parking lot. We got carpet in the bedrooms. Here on this one, this to me kind of reminds me more of that 210 to 215 range we were looking at earlier. Especially, with the dated bathrooms and stuff like that. But what I would argue is one of two things. This one's probably either overpriced or the amenity difference with this HOA is going to be significantly better. So that's what I want to look at if I was interested in this. So now let's go back. What I'd like to do is start looking at some of these HOA fees so you can see when you get a monthly payment, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance from your lender. Okay, cool. That's my payment. But what about my HOA dues? You're going to see that they're going to be a little different here. So let's come in. This one is in Tarpon Bay Yacht Club. It's $728 a month. Okay. This one is in Vista St. Lucie, and it's $440 a month. This one, again, these are on the higher end, right? This one is an Anchorage on the St. Lucie. It's $400 a month. Now, does that mean if you're on Anchorage in the St. Lucie, it's always going to be $400 a month? No, I have seen differences. In fact, here's another one. Anchorage on the St. Lucie. This one's only $348, right? So it's cheaper than that last one. Coming into here, we are in the Seagrass condos. This one's $450. We'll look at one more here. This one's $255. It's an Evergreen at Port St. Lucie. What I want to do is skip to the bottom of this list. Let's look at the bottom 5 from 157 down to 139, right? So this one is Vista St. Lucie, and it's $477 a month. This one also is Vista St. Lucie, but it dropped to 380. This one here for 149.9 is 440 a month. That's also in the Vista St. Lucie. And this one, again, in the Vista St. Lucie is 330 a month with a price tag of only 139. So, guys, you can see that there are a lot of different options that are more affordable for someone who's in that position where they've got, again, it's usually $400,000 to $700,000 in retirement. They're usually 65 plus years old, and they're trying to figure out, how do I purchase something I don't want to rent and make it as cheap as possible? It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be updated. This is what I always hear, but you've also got that HOA cost involved, right? So there are a lot of the options that I would traditionally show someone in that position. If you are in that position and you want to get that list sent to you, feel free, my man, Jamie Hannon. Let's go. If you're in that position and you would like me to send you a list of those different properties that would fit that, all you've got to do is shoot me a DM on Facebook or a comment on YouTube. Let me know what your email address is, and I will send you that list, right? If you tighten up a little bit on, hey, I don't want to go over 2.25 or a $1,700 a month payment or whatever it is that you're interested in, let me know that, and I can tighten up even more on that list that we would send you. Guys, I hope that was helpful. If you've got any ideas for specific Treasure Coast Market Update videos that you'd like to see, I do them every single Wednesday. It's the same time, 12:30, and I'd love to help you with whatever it is you're looking for. Guys, thanks for joining me, and have an absolutely phenomenal day.